Five consciousness: health consciousness, wealth consciousness, communication, spiritual, political consciousness. These five consciousness are the basis of communication among superiors and communication between me and the superiors. So the moment a superior person meets me, we know what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the health consciousness, the wealth, the communication, the spiritual, the political consciousness. Now, in each of this consciousness, we have theory. First, we have theory, then we have exercises, then we have, or you may say, theory reporting, exercises reporting. So, let's say health consciousness. So, first comes theory. Now, what is theory? How one should be healthy, how should one take care of their health? What's the theory behind it? Every person has a theory. You need to understand. The problem is not the lack of knowledge. The problem is not the confusion. Problem is not the conflict. Problem is not the difference of opinions. Problem is the inaction on the similarities of the opinions. Everyone already knows what suits him, how he can be healthy. He wants to follow a vegan diet or natural diet or BRC inspired diet, or he wants to follow the principles taught by Rajiv Dixit, or he wants to follow keto diet, whatever he knows it. Just the authentic action was required. So when we communicate in the language of five consciousness, then I'm going to ask the person, what is your theory of health consciousness, and then what is the reporting? How much of that theory are you able to practice in your life? How much of it? And what are the uh, what are the success? What are the limitations? What are the blockages? What are the problems? What are the revelations? What is the feedback? What's the report? And then comes some self exercises, and then comes some group exercises which people can do in a group on ground, or people can do virtually also, and then again reporting. So this is a structure: health consciousness, and then in the health consciousness we have theory and reporting, and exercises, and then story reporting. And then in wealth consciousness, again we have theory. Every person has some perception or understanding or philosophy about money. So what is your self theory? And along with that, a participant may want to explore theory proposed by Hitesh Shakya. So the theories in regard of money are documented in form of text, in form of lectures, such as money consciousness, such as money matters in ANHS. And then comes some exercises, again some self exercises, some group exercises, and then comes report or the story. स्टोरी सही शब्द निकल कर आ गया था फर्स्ट वाले में से. स्टोरी मतलब व्हाट्स द स्टोरी ऑफ योर वेल्थ कॉन्शियसनेस. Similarly, in communication consciousness, there's a communication with the self, there's a communication with the world, communication with the tribe, with the superior society, communication with the family, and that's it. So in the communication with the self, we have lectures and exercises like timeline writing, automatic writing exercise, self exercise, group exercise, and GWS also is there in communication with the self. Communication with the world is you can create some post, some text post, or some video, some reel, or any design that you can share with the world. That will be a communication with the world. And then you communicate with the tribe, in the communication with the tribe, there's a concept of TCP, transparent complaint procedure. Anyone has any kind of objection or any kind of problem or any feedback or any suggestion they can give to superior society. So there's a communication with family. So family and relatives. So when it comes to communication with others, it is not just a verbal communication, it is a communication of experiences. So you may have to do certain things for other people, that will also come under communication consciousness. And then comes spiritual consciousness. So spiritual consciousness, what is spiritual? Spiritual, like my definition of spiritual is trying to find your ikigai, trying to find your expression, your expansion, your signature, your identity, who you are, the power of Vishuddha Chakra. So that is spirituality. Staying in the pursuit of that and getting rid of all which does not belong to your consciousness of expression. Getting rid of all those things and finding all those truths and answers which are required in order to be who you should be, instead of what society or the government is trying to make you. So, in spiritual consciousness, one has to work on brain workout and chakra exercises, because only when you increase your neuroplasticity, the spiritual consciousness is fundamentally about increasing your neuroplasticity. So when you are able to increase your neuroplasticity, then you have hold of your neuroplasticity. And if you come from this belief that there's something beyond mind, there's something beyond brain, there's something beyond neuroplasticity, okay. So even if there is something beyond neuroplasticity, beyond mind, then you should be able to get rid of the mind to reach there. And in order to get rid of the mind, you should first take control of the mind. That's all what even Gautam taught. Take control of your mind by doing anapan, and then use your mind to watch the sensations. So in my opinion, under the umbrella of spiritual consciousness, if the participants practice languages and music, even maths, or do any kind of thing that increases their left and right brain coordination, that is going to increase their neuroplasticity, and the chances will increase that they'll reach where they think a place exists beyond mind. And under political consciousness, the political stand must be clear, because in political stand, let's say someone has political stand that Modi is a great person. So in my opinion, everyone has the opinion that Modi is a great person and he's going to take care of the nation. They don't believe that the whole BJP thing is great. They only believe that Modi is great, and Modi alone cannot do things. So we also have to participate in taking care of the nation. Now comes the room for authenticity and inauthenticity. Even though the person does not believe in right to recall or jury or vote wapsi, he believes that Modi is a nice person, but we'll have to get into the action. So we'll have to bring him into the action through Facebook activism or the ground activism. So there are a lot of depths in each of this consciousness. For instance, uh, there's a family communication with the family. So when there's a communication with family, then in that segment comes parenting consciousness. So but parenting consciousness cannot be put in next to the rest of the five consciousness, because everyone is not parent and everyone is not fired up to expand their parenting consciousness. So in regard of communication with the family separately, parenting consciousness should be worked upon if you are parent. So at different levels, there are different depths and the segments, and this is a very macroscopic overview of the fundamental structure of the communication that must basis of all the communication that take place between me and my superiors and superiors themselves. Because if two superiors are in a communication and they are not using this structure as a tool to communicate or to do the best utilization of the time, then they're wasting time and they are wasting each other's energy also, and that is not the participation in someone's expansion. So virtually, I have thought that in Superior 30 Telegram group, this should be practiced because all these expansion things always require facilitation. So unless there is a guide, there is a facilitator, preferably a female facilitator, and preferably why not to make it a divine feminine group and start assembling all the female healers and create a feminine energy through which the participants of Superior 30 or the group participants of the group uh, Divine Feminine can benefit from. But this five consciousness tool is the prime thing. Namaskar.